They go to church, they hear the pastors preach and speak, and if you have a pastor, he or she that knows how to rightly divide the word, chances are that Christian is good, growing in grace and truth, learning to mature in God. But if it's not, if it's sporadic, if it's very random, if it's just no meta-narrative, nothing that points to the culmination of a Christ, a Messiah that came and died for sins and gave us a new life, new hearts, then Christians are not equipped. They don't have a Christ-centered theology. They don't have a Christ-centered understanding of the Bible or who they are, and they're just kind of left to figure it out on their own. And this is where they gain these ideals that are not biblical, but just from their own frame of mind. So God then becomes a God of their own making, a God that they have created. And you say, no, you're going to, he's God. There's no way we can create God. That's too far. But if you look at Exodus chapter 32, we see people forging by their own hands, by their own craftiness, ideals and passion. They design a God of their own making. A golden calf right at the foot of God's holy dwelling. These are Egyptian-minded people who have been enslaved already to a system, and they were already introduced to a pantheon of gods, and they figured, what's the big deal? A little Jesus and a little opium, a little Jesus and a little tarot cards, a little Jesus and a little, and we want to add to the thing. You don't want a God, you want a golden calf. You want to call it God, because if you look at the text, they try to attribute to this golden image the works that God had done. They said, no, it's okay. We'll just call it Yahweh. They wanted to create their own God, a shiny, glorious looking thing, instead of the living God who then had instructions and wanted answers and needed a standard. And that's what the root of it is. There's this annoying standard that God has, where we would much rather create a God to our own liking, something we can manage. I can manage a God that's not too stern. I can manage a God that doesn't care about my lifestyle. I can manage a God who doesn't want to tell me how to live my life and what I should do with my body and how I should give. And I want a God that I can create.